Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Real Estate SEO. My name is Josh Guerra, and today we're going to be talking about Chapter 1 of our SEO playbook. And in this chapter, we're going to show you exactly, what keyword research is, how to perform it, and we're going to go through and just kind of talk about like that process and identifying keywords that people search for when trying to find your website. And we're going to show you exactly how to do this. So the very first thing I want to kind of go over is kind of like just an overview of this chapter. So we're going to talk a little bit just really what is keyword research, the true definition, what components that makes up keyword research, identifying and creating ideas, the overall process for performing it. So I'm going to show you the hard way, and then I'm going to show you kind of the easy way, leveraging some tools that are out there. And then really the last part is just configuring the tracking that you can utilize to measure success. So we're going to talk a little bit about every one of these topics. And then I encourage each of you to visit our website and navigate to the overall playbook that you'll see at the very top. And you can read the entire chapter and all 8 chapters that make up the entire book. So if you're serious about performing search engine optimization and really getting your website in front of targeted buyers and sellers, I really encourage each of you to visit the site and either read or download the book. All right, so simply put, what is keyword research? So keyword research is really the process of going out on, leveraging tools and going out and finding exactly what people are searching for on the web in your area. So I know a lot of you are you're either city or subdivision or community or, a specific type of inventory experts. And what you want to be able to identify is exactly what people are searching for out there for finding these specific types of keywords, right? Or these specific types of segmentations that you all might be experts in. So, naturally finding what keywords that are out there in order to target and gear your overall strategy and content production and things of that nature towards those keywords is kind of mission critical. So it's really the very, very first step in doing any sort of SEO strategy. So we're going to show you exactly how to do that along the way. So the first thing that we should talk about is kind of like the overall components of keyword research. The very first one that you want to think about when you're actually going through this exercise is the value. And really what value you can provide to the actual prospect. So kind of what I mean by that, right, is like if you're going to target a specific keyword, you want to ensure that keyword is going to provide value and that your website can actually provide value. So there's no sense in targeting keywords that may be very, very generic or unrelated to your specialty, and if you can't provide the value to those users. And the reason behind that is that if you decide to target those keywords and then you all of a sudden drive traffic, and if you can't provide value to that user, Google's really, or any of the search engines, really not going to reward you with higher positioning because part of their algorithm is built upon value and authority. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is, can you be authoritative for those particular keywords? So can you be the overall authority? So kind of what I mean by that is like a lot of you are city or community experts, or maybe some of you might even be experts in selling, beachfront properties or, high-end luxury properties, or in a ski market, ski in, ski out properties. And that's kind of your specialty. That's really what you're known for. And you have like the history of selling this type of inventory to back up that you're authoritative in nature, for that particular segment. So when you're going through and doing keyword research, make sure that you can either become the authority or are the authority for those particular keywords. Just make sure they're in line with like your business objective or goals moving forward. So the next one is volume. And this one's a little weird because you want to make sure you're targeting keywords with actual meaningful volume. like meaning that there's search volume for those keywords. But sometimes you may want to target keywords that are more of like a perception play. So kind of what I mean by that is like there might be communities, in your area that you want to be able to target, but there might not be like a lot of meaningful search volume that's there for those keywords. So, kind of when you think about it like that, it's like, okay, there's no search volume. Why would I spend the time creating content for this keyword? Well, really, it's interesting because it could be utilized as like a perception play when you're trying to court people that are selling their home, right? So if you're trying to be a listing agent and try to target maybe the 30 units that are in that community, and all of a sudden you get somebody to inquire about your services, and they're like, well, why should I list my property with you? You could say, well, hey, look, like I'm actually ranked number 1 for that keyword if you Google it today. So like if you go and Google, community real estate or community homes, I'm ranked number 1. I'm getting eyeballs on this community that nobody else is, and I can provide more value than other real estate agents that are just listing your stuff on the MLS, Zillow, etc. So you're giving them a lot more value on the perception play. So that's kind of the reason you may want to target some keywords that don't have volume. Just again, make sure they fall in line with your overall business objective, and then are you or do you want to be the authority for those particular keywords? So this is kind of like the more prereqs before you dive into actual keyword research. You want to be able to develop some ideas, and really it's kind of wrapped around these 5 particular I guess high-level overview segments of ideas. So the first one is market. So like market could be like, the city or destination that you're in, right? So like let's say if you're in Sedona, and the overall high-level market that you want to be able to target is like Sedona real estate. And that's kind of the hierarchy or top level. Down beneath that is areas. So areas could be broken out by, kind of, maybe a little smaller like segment, or like a city, or excuse me, not a city, but like a community or a neighborhood. It could be like landmarks. Sometimes people like to search by landmarks. Areas are kind of like, the chop up beneath like the overall city or destination. And then focus or specialized, specialty for your agency is that you want to be able to target specific focused keywords. So like maybe like for Sedona, it could be like golf course homes or luxury homes or, vacation rentals. I know Sedona has a couple of areas out there that, are zoned specifically for investment properties geared towards vacation rentals. And maybe that could be a topic that you decide that you want to target, and the keywords that you're researching or decide to target could be wrapped around, that particular vertical. Or maybe it's condos, for all we know. It could be something along those lines that you really want to specialize in and stay focused in, and then wrap your keyword research around. And the next one I kind of covered a little bit, but it's inventory type. Those could be like townhomes, condos, general homes, high-end luxury, mansions, with a view, things along those lines could be kind of more along the types. And I'll show you kind of what it looks like, kind of in Excel, and I'll show you that here in a little bit. And then really the last one is like living experience. So it could be wrapped around like things to do around that particular vertical, right? So if you're targeting a specific community, what can you do in that community or nearby that community that is very important, or that people may want to acquire inventory because of it, right? So that's something that we'll kind of go over here in a moment as well. So performing keyword research, I'm going to show you kind of the long way to do it. And I really I really want each of you to do the long way first, just so you understand, how it all works behind the scenes directly from Google. Okay. So it sounds weird, but basically what you're going to do is do it the long way. And then I'm going to show you some tools that will do a lot of this work for you. But I think doing it the long way is going to give you a little bit more meaningful information. And it's probably best to do it first this way. And really, the first thing you want to do is sign up with Google AdWords. Don't pay for anything. It's more just to utilize the tool that's actually baked inside of Google AdWords. And I'm going to show you where to go here right now. So inside of Google AdWords, when you set up an account, if you go under Tools here on the left-hand side, and then under Planning, there's a tool or a module called Keyword Planner. And Keyword Planner is where you could actually give Google ideas and then of what you want to target, and then it will spit out their thoughts and their ideas on keywords that probably matter most to you. So for instance, if I go to generate new keyword ideas and I type in Sedona real estate and I hit get results, it's going to spit out a ton of really good information. So the very first column you'll see is the actual keyword. The second one is the average monthly search volume for that keyword. And then really kind of everything else doesn't matter except for really competition for SEO. And competition will kind of show you really what's the competition more along the lines of like Google AdWords, not the organic SEO competition. But it is a good indicator of kind of what it might be like. So you'll notice that there's a lot of different keywords that people are typing in. And what you want to do now is basically download this list into an Excel file just by simply clicking this button on the right-hand side. It'll export the list in Excel, and it's a giant list of keywords. And then what you want to do next is organize your keywords into groups or those segments that I was talking about, right? Remember the ideas we were talking about, like market, area, focus, specialty, etc. You then want to group your keywords kind of like that into a list. So I've already kind of started doing this just like 2 seconds ago. And basically the first thing that you want to do is organize your keywords and then basically group them. So what I do, this is the long way, remember, is I basically create groups. So it's like keywords that are basically the exact same thing, and then I'm going to group them, right? So like Sedona Real Estate is the high-level one. We'll call it Group 1. And Sedona AZ Real Estate is basically saying the exact same thing, but I may want to target both keywords. So I'm going to group them together. The next one could be Sedona Homes for Sale. That's Group 2. And you'll notice Sedona Houses for Sale, also a Group 2. The Sedona Real Estate for Sale. There's just a lot of for sale, or home segmentation, things like that. You just want to group your keywords like that. Sedona Realtor is in a league of its own, so we'll call it Group 3. Group 4 could be condo-based type searches. So you want to be able to target condos that are for sale in Sedona. That could be Group 4. And then cheap homes for sale, you may not want to target that keyword depending on your specialty. But hey, if you want to, go for it. That could be Group 5. So you'll kind of see where I'm going with, and you'll also notice too, I deleted some stuff regarding Zillow because, regardless, Google's going to give you that information. And you'll kind of see what I'm talking about as far as grouping your keywords. And then once you group all your keywords, all you really do is you go through, click the very top column for the groups, and then just organize the data by sorting them A to Z or Z to A. And that will organize all of your groups. And then all of a sudden, now what you have is all the keywords and pages that you want to create. So kind of what I mean by that is you might have a page dedicated to each of these keywords. And essentially what you're doing is you're understanding, okay, these are the keywords I need to utilize kind of through the content, more of like a natural flow, of course, which we'll get to that in a later video. But essentially what you have now are all the pages that you need to create on your website in order to target these specific keywords. So that's really kind of how it all works. It's the longer way, but I really, really, really want you guys to go through this at least one time the long way before you start diving into, the easy stuff, leveraging some of these tools. So the next thing I want to show you is, basically, what tools that you can utilize. And these tools not only will automate a lot of this process for identifying keywords that people are typing in or searching, but they're going to basically give you a mechanism and tools to be able to track keyword success. So you literally can see like graphs every single day, and they change every day. Trust me, your keyword positioning on Google and other search engines. So the very first one that I want to show you is SEMrush. So SEMrush has not only keyword research tools, keyword performance tools that identify success, but it also gives you a lot of really solid modules baked in that will show you what things you can improve on your website and just really how to make your site much more SEO friendly in that regard. The next one is Ahrefs. This is also a keyword research tool and tracking tool. It'll also give you additional tools like backlinks and kind of similar to SEMrush in that regard. Moz, again, another tool that I would recommend, pretty similar. But overall, these three tools are relatively about the same as far as, the feature set and the value they give you. They're relatively inexpensive, and they're going to show you exactly how to track your keyword ranking and what keywords you can start to target. But, this is the automated way of doing things. This is something I would do secondary because being able to wrap your mind around the process first will help you identify keywords when you start leveraging automation. So overall, that's kind of what this chapter is about. I encourage you to visit our website, realestateseo.com, and go through, read the chapters. It's a wonderful resource that you have that's completely free. You can just scroll through the page, download the book, and it gives you a resource you can always refer back to in order to achieve success in your real estate SEO journey. So anyways, that's all we have for you today, and we'll see you again on the next episode of Real Estate SEO. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.